And 5, 4. We're talking football. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Will and Willis Show back on YouTube. Will Spann to my right, to my left. Our special guest from the 5 for the Road podcast, J. Scott J. What is happening, brother?
Oh, man, I'm just excited. Playoff football is almost coming to a close. There's some exciting matchups, and I can't wait to talk about it. Because I don't get to talk about football on my podcast,
right.
5 for the Road, a music
Music.
podcast,
Yeah.
available at the number 5fortheroad.com, also on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spotify.
I was going to ask you if you were on Spotify. You're on iTunes now?
Actually, as I said that, I think we're not.
Big dog.
So don't look on iTunes.
I know you're on Spotify.
Go to the website or go to
Just
Spotify.
go to the website.
Just go to the website.
Just
we need the hits there.
Website.
Thank you.
Will, you ready to talk some playoff football and make some Super Bowl predictions?
I told you so.
This guy.
This guy and Brady.
I told you so.
Has anyone ever...
18 for 33, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown.
2 lollipop passes that he was lucky to be completed. And, yeah, whatever.
Where's your bottle of Haterade? Because you've been drinking it, clearly.
Drew Brees had the worst game of his career. Absolutely
When
worst
has anyone
game.
ever won money betting against Tom Brady?
I'm going to bet
The
against
man is charmed.
I'm going to bet against him this week.
Drew Brees has the worst game of his career. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why.
Oh, because it was Brady?
Because it was against Brady.
Something about Brady in the playoffs. I don't know what it is. It's like he's magic.
39 out of 41, fourth quarter comeback.
It's absurd.
He has a golden horseshoe up his ass, is what that man has.
Ask Peyton.
But we're going to talk.
I mean,
but let's go.
At this point, Tom Brady has been fouling out 2 generations of quarterbacks.
All right,
Yep.
before we blow Tom Brady more, let me
told you
tell you
so.
what happened in the divisional round, and then we'll start talking about the championship matchups, and then we'll talk about our Super Bowl predictions. So, Bills beat the Ravens 17-3. Chiefs beat the Browns 22-17 in a hell of a game. That was a fantastic game. Bucks defeated the Saints 30-20. Bucks defeated the Saints 30-20. Will told me so. He did, even though I picked the Saints. And Green Bay Packers pretty much demolished the Rams 32-18 on the frozen tundra.
Yeah, they ate the Rams up.
Yeah, but I mean that score wasn't even as close as it sounds on this piece of paper. But all right, so your NFC Championship game is the Tom Brady-led Buccaneers versus the Aaron Rodgers-led Packers. Now, here's the interesting thing, and I'm going to hand it over to my colleagues. Here's the interesting thing about this matchup. You have 43-year-old Tom Brady against 37-year-old Aaron Rodgers. It's the oldest pairing of quarterbacks. Like, you go to the AFC, and it's 2 young guys. Josh Allen is 24 and Patrick Mahomes is 25. So I'm like, wow, what a difference. So you got the veterans over in the NFC versus the young and up and coming stars in the AFC. But let's go to the NFC Championship matchup, and I'll pass it over to, you know what? I'm gonna pass it over to Will this time. He's gonna talk about the Bradys and not Jan and Marcia.
No. Well, my prediction, you know where I'm going. But the reason why I was going to say this is because had this matchup happened last year, you would have had a WrestleMania and a Super Bowl with a pirate theme.
Where was... wait a minute.
Tampa Bay was where the Super Bowl... Well, in Tampa was where the Super Bowl or WrestleMania was last year.
Right, where WrestleMania was.
And...
But it wasn't where...
Who was the host of WrestleMania? Rob Gronkowski.
Oh, jeez.
It would have tied all together, and we would have got that all... Oh, yeah, and former 24/7 champion.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow. Yes,
Hey.
Once again, wrestling invades our NFL coverage, but that's okay.
What's Tom Brady's nickname?
What, the GOAT? The greatest of all time?
TB12.
TB12? All right, what does that got to do?
Tampa Bay.
Oh, man.
Yikes.
Tom Brady.
And he's got to wait to retire with 12 Super Bowls.
So
He's halfway there.
if he were to go on and win, this would be Brady's 7th ring?
And the Pittsburgh Steelers
He's running out of
wouldn't be able to
fingers.
touch him.
He's running out of fingers.
Well, Bill Russell has
He's gonna
11
stick around.
championships with the Boston
He's going to
Celtics.
stick around and do this. He's like, yeah, I'll check it out.
He'll start wearing them shits on a necklace.
Yeah, right? I mean,
Flavor Flav style.
Yeah, exactly. With a big Lombardi charm.
Hey, that would be cool. No, he got a ring design on each one of the marks on the clock.
I never liked Tom Brady as a player. I despise him for 51. And
got cold all of a sudden.
but I'll tell you the truth. That little video after the game with him and Breeze and the children. That was. I mean, he's probably not a bad guy. He's probably. I mean, he's pretty classy. He's professional. I know he works his ass off.
We are talking sports. We cannot humanize these people because we either love or hate them.
Right. Okay.
Right. We can't acknowledge their humanity.
All right, then I'll say it loud and clear. Fuck Tom Brady.
Hey, you name a quarterback that's in the league right now.
I'm going to name one.
Who sits in the off season and watches 28,000 hours of the other team's plays?
I don't know if anybody. I don't know if anybody. Probably not. But you know what?
The only person that would have come close is Peyton Manning.
Thank you, and he's long gone.
He's gone. He got out of Dodge. Well, he still had his dignity left.
Exactly.
Well, let's go to.
But Tom took that long time.
All right, I'll be the last one. Do you also pick Mr. Brady to win the?
So I'm gonna just forecast my predictions by saying I think both of these games are going to be great games.
Yep.
Yes.
I think they're both going to be competitive, and I think they both have the potential to be close games.
I say they're both going in overtime.
I can see that. I can see both going to overtime.
Yeah, they're both. I think they're both definitely going to be close.
Because
I will say
the stats were a little surprising to me as I was going through this stuff.
Okay.
So Brady. We could line up 3 wide for Brady and we'd win a game. Like Brady could put anyone. You know, Brady.
I don't know. I'm pretty damn slow.
Brady has taken that mentality to Tampa Bay, where everyone that's a valid receiver is a valid receiver.
True.
Green Bay just has Devontae Adams. Like Devontae Adams, 1,374 yards. The next 3 receivers on the depth chart together don't have that much yardage. So Devontae Adams, God forbid, let's say he comes out the gate, sprains the ankle, the game is over for Green Bay. But Tampa could lose Leonard Fournette, and they could lose Ronald Jones and Mike Evans, and they could still throw to Chris Godwin. He could still throw to Gronk. They together had 1,400 yards this season. So it's hard for me to bet against Tom Brady because I've lost so much money doing it over the years. But by the same token, I mean, you know, Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest of all time. He's on par with Brady in most respects. If I have to choose, if you put a gun to my head, I say Tampa Bay is going to win, but I don't think either team is going to beat the other team. I think whoever wins is going to earn it.
This is in.
The producer Sean.
Patrick, my homeboy, has been
Cleared. He's cleared the concussion protocol. So Patrick Mahomes, that was a new. That was an update from our producer, Sean Dolby. Patrick Mahomes has been cleared to play this
You know
Sunday.
that. You know there was no way
I
they were
didn't
going to
think
let
that
him
was
sit.
even a question, but, you know, just...
He can walk, he was playing.
Yeah. So we got an update. We got
If he didn't pass the test, that's when they come out and say, well, there's a bylaw in the players' agreement that says we can, whatever, you know, they would have done something.
Chad Henne for 1 game, but not for 2. No.
But yeah, I think this game has the potential to be crazy. I mean, just on paper, like the Packers are just Aaron Rodgers. And I know that's not the case because 52 guys on a team. But when you look at the targets and the weapons that Brady has, like Leonard Fournette had a shitty season. He played 9 games. He only had a couple hundred yards, but he's just like what Brady did with LeGarrette Blount in New England.
Oops.
He turned Fournette into a fucking touchdown machine. Ronald Jones is your first and second down back. You give it to Fournette when it needs to get dirty. Those guys have been killing it all season. And LeGarrette Blount won 2 fucking Super Bowls with Tom Brady, being that 3 yards in a cloud of dust guy. And Brady can just make these weapons. He can make them do whatever he wants. He takes, you know, these guys that are talented guys and he elevates them. He elevates everyone around him. And I just don't think the Packers, I just don't think they can rise to the occasion to make it happen.
Wow. No, I'm just saying wow.
I don't know, man. Cause
Go ahead.
I hate liking Tom. I've hated Tom Brady my whole adult life.
I've made plenty of money off of Tom Brady.
I will still hate Tom Brady for the rest of my life.
I say
no matter, I'm you know, no, we don't humanize him. I hate Tom Brady. All right, here we go. So check this out. All right, so I don't have the facts and figures quite as Yeah, I'll take some. Take a big. As a matter of fact, you don't have a big enough bottle of Haterade for me, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady has beaten every team I love.
He has
3 times.
He's beaten the Raiders.
He's beaten every team in the league, right? He's the only
The
quarterback.
Rams twice.
Isn't that a statistic? I think Brady's like the only quarterback to beat all 32 teams
I believe
at least
it.
once.
Yeah.
So,
And then Steelers.
all right, here we go. I'm the lone gunman on the grassy knoll. I'm picking the Pack.
Okay.
Because they're at home. And I wrote this down. Green Bay, Sunday, 30 degrees and a chance of snow. Before I knew they were the day game, I think this would be a bigger factor. I know Tom can handle that cold. Played in New England for, 20 years? Mm-hmm. But can Godwin, Fournette, Evans, all of those guys, are they going to be able to catch the ball? And if they can't, who has the better running game? Green Bay's running game is not bad. And Aaron Rodgers is, even at 37, is still a threat to run.
Yeah.
He could run QB draw all day long. And, and you wouldn't even know it until he's 20 yards down the field. So I just got a feeling about the home team this time. I think Rodgers is going to do it again, and he's going to go to another Super Bowl. That's what I think.
If there's snow on the field, I would be inclined to agree with you. Mm-hmm. But I can imagine that Tom Brady has sat down with the team and said, all right, everybody, you don't own a jacket or a sweater for the next week. Your AC is going to be set as low as it'll go. I'm going to spray you with water when you come in. We're going to be cold.
I could almost see that.
We're going to be cold all week until we get to Green Bay. And we're going to be cold in Green Bay, but we're not going to lose. Like, I can just see him going nuts. Like
he would take them to a walk-in freezer.
And we're gonna run routes in this freezer in this meat packing plant. Like, that's what we're gonna do.
Go ahead.
So what does that say about Deflategate now?
I don't say anything about Deflategate. You talking about the people that said something about Deflategate?
Yes.
I see that. I'm up in the air about that. I don't know if he was truly guilty. I think they needed a scapegoat.
I would.
And look at the way it played out. They suspended him for 4 games. They won 3 out of 4, and they still made the playoffs, and they beat the Falcons in the Super Bowl.
I think Deflategate was a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, so who cares?
And as much as I hate to defend Tom Brady in any situation,
I'll stick up for him for that one. I don't think that was a big deal.
I think it wasn't a big deal at all, and I think okay. So I'm going to humanize. I'm going to break my own rule.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is a cut above. One, because he just has the gifts. But he's also practiced his ass off. He's committed to winning. He has an attitude of winning and committing to win that is rare even among people in his stratus. And I think that when he was in his prime, he was still in his prime, arguably, I think Deflategate came along at a time when it said, how do we chip away just a little bit, just to bring him down to earth?
At that.
And then Bill Belichick and that organization, they were just a steamroller. It didn't even matter that he was gone for those games.
Yeah.
I think Deflategate was a whole lot of nothing. I think Tom Brady is just a superhuman athlete. He's the Michael Jordan, or you mentioned Bill Russell earlier.
I was getting ready to say that.
Bill Russell of football. He's like the Tom Seaver. Like whatever superlative in sport. Like he's that plus one.
The Wayne Gretzky of if comparing him to the NHL.
I mean, fuck him now. Fuck him, but he's that good.
He's a special athlete.
I agree with you, but here's the thing. I said this 10 years ago.
And
people thought I was crazy.
No, 10 years ago, they were still good.
Yeah, they're still good, yeah.
10 years ago, he was still good. Now, 10 years ago, I would have argued that I thought Peyton Manning would have a better second decade, but the injuries to Peyton kind of derailed that, So if Peyton Manning never had that neck surgery and situation, I mean, maybe we have a different NFL right now.
Can I jump in here real quick?
Sure.
Nobody gives, it's Brady. Let me give some credit to some big guys up front. How about that offensive line for all those years that kept him relatively clean? I mean, they've had some great offensive lines up there in New England, and Tampa's for the most part has kept him pretty much upright, and I think that's why he's having the success he has now. And I did read something this morning. There was a quote from Bruce Arians that said, "I just let Tom be Tom."
I saw the same article.
It's almost like I've stopped. I think when they were losing some games, and Arians and Brady's style wasn't quite meshing up, there must have been like a little meeting of the minds. They say, "Okay, I'm gonna let Tom Brady be Tom Brady."
Yeah.
And I don't think Arians is calling the majority of the plays anymore. I think Tom's calling a lot of stuff from the line, and that's what you have to. When you have a quarterback that's that experienced and is that good and is that legendary, I mean, he's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer all the way. He's going to be noted as the greatest quarterback, certainly of this modern era, if not all time. So yeah, I think that's smart to kind of scale back and say, okay, we'll let Tom call this, because I'm going to be honest, throwing the ball 40, 50 yards down the field, that's not Tom Brady's game anymore. He's going to be conservative. He's going to play to his strengths. He's going to do what the defense gives him. And if that's throwing short passes and slants and stuff like that where the guys can get in open field and run, then that's what he's going to do. If he has to throw deep, he'll try. I don't think it's going to be as successful, but Tom Brady is the greatest game manager of all time, and I think it's going to be difficult for Green Bay to win, but I'm thinking I still think that weather is going to be a factor.
I don't know, man.
And I'm just being hopeful that Brady's not going to win another one.
I feel about Tom Brady kind of how I feel about Nick Saban. It's like when you get a pissed off Nick Saban, that's a dangerous animal.
That's dangerous, yeah.
And now you've got a Tom Brady who's not angry, but he hasn't shown this season like he wanted to. And to play the Super Bowl in Tampa, to set that record,
that would be historic.
I mean, there's so few things left for him to achieve. Like, that's got to be something that's on his mind. Is like we can host the Super Bowl in our stadium, never been done before, and win it.
Right.
He's going to do that because his baby mama and son live in Tampa, and that's why he left New England.
Yeah, didn't they have a house down in Florida, and then he decided? I thought I heard that too.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I think that was. I think they had the New England home or whatever up there toward where he was, and that's. They also had like the second. I mean, that might have been the vacation house for all we know, but it was something that attracted that Giselle or somebody was like having to spend a lot of time down there, and that was one factor in his decision to come to Tampa Bay. I thought I read that somewhere. Yeah, and that makes sense to me. I mean, she's in her 40s now, but she's still got a very active career. And as far as
$70 million a year.
Because I missed that kind of stuff when he was going to Tampa, because I was like just jabbing at the voodoo doll, like fuck, I hate this guy, fuck him. Like,
I was
when I heard that. I was
pretty much anywhere but the NFC South. And is there anywhere but the NFC South? Rolled the dice.
But then if we could quit fluffing Tom Brady for a minute,
we'll quit.
Aaron Rodgers. Now think about it this way: the Packers weren't even a favorite by any stretch in the preseason to even go to the Super Bowl, much less win it.
Matt LaFleur.
And now they're in the NFC title game, and Aaron Rodgers
has turned that franchise around.
Aaron Rodgers has thrown 48 touchdowns this season and a 71% completion rate in the regular season.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers has had a career season. He's had an MVP level season. And now
it's been a career resurgence since LaFleur's got to that. I mean, I hate to put it all on LaFleur, but let's face it. I mean, if you start designing your team to Aaron Rodgers' strengths, he'll pick you apart. I mean, he'll pick a secondary apart. So he's also a very smart. I mean, you can't.
So you've got two quarterbacks that really have something to prove.
Yeah, I'm just like two fired up guys. Which one's going to, where's the rubber going to meet the road?
But I think the difference in the motivation is like Tom Brady doesn't have to prove anything. I think Aaron Rodgers still feels like he has something to prove this season.
I think he does. Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be enough, Will. I know it's your boy. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Well, we'll see.
Okay. What's Aaron Rodgers' number? See, I'm a numerology guy.
Oh, yeah. Number 12, I believe. Yeah.
12 against 12.
12 against 12, yeah.
So that means it ends in a tie.
No, okay. Wait a second. Where did Aaron Rodgers go to college at? USC, right?
Was he USC?
I think it was UCLA. I thought it was
UCLA or USC. Tom Brady's from San Mateo, California.
Can we look that up?
Yeah, Tom Brady, where'd he go to school?
Michigan.
You in Michigan?
Yeah.
Okay. I never keep track of that kind of stuff.
No, but he was born in California.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Okay.
So was I, San Bernardino.
Oh, okay.
So I got to go with the hometown boy. That's just... Who does California have representing them? Besides Biden and Harris.
Wait, why are we talking about LA?
Because
I'm trying to look up your little stat.
Kobe's gone.
Yeah.
Kobe was the martyr for California. Nobody's going to pick up the mantle now? No. That's Tom Brady.
Well, we'll see what happens on Sunday.
Actually, the University of California, Berkeley.
Oh, UC Berkeley, okay.
Aaron Rodgers went. Yeah, so we were all wrong.
Yeah, see, I don't know where either of them went to school. Like, I know where so few players went to college. Like,
I don't even.
I just
Breeze went to college in California as well too.
I believe so. Yeah,
that's
like I can remember that Ben Roethlisberger went to Miami, Ohio, just because I produced a video about him when I was in college.
Yeah,
and I still remember that, and I was like, man, that guy's really good. Yeah, he wound up being pretty good.
Well, see, I mean, I mainly follow my own team, so I know Matt Ryan went to Boston College, and I know Julio and Calvin Ridley went to Alabama, and anybody else on the team, I really
people
don't know.
Who went to Alabama. If they didn't go to Alabama, then I don't know who they are.
Yeah,
like, I don't know who they are.
much.
David Palmer.
All right, I think we've talked this ad infinitum. You want to go to the Bills Chiefs?
So this game is going to be interesting. I mean, obviously, we just producer Sean gave us the news update that Patrick Mahomes is going to be back.
Yep.
I don't want to say that this game will be a slam dunk for Kansas City, but if Buffalo wins, it'll definitely be an upset.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
So you need to tell me they're going to have a chance to end this streak of losing going to the Super Bowl? Come on, man. No. I'm glad Patrick Mahomes is healthy. Throw 400 yards on these clowns. Bury them.
Wow. Clowns?
What?
I cannot stand Buffalo.
Wow.
What did Buffalo do to you?
Yeah,
Buffalo is a thorn in the Patriots' side.
Oh,
but not really.
Years.
But not really.
Well, for so many years, they're the only team in the AFC East that might beat New England.
That's true.
My buddy Kareem, I know if he's watching out there, yeah, y'all made it. How long did it take you? 12 years?
Really? I mean, it's
12 years.
First playoff appearance since 99, right? And now they're in the championship game. But here's the thing that, and I know you're probably not going to like this. Here's the thing that I see. The progression that Josh Allen has made in year 3.
Oh, yeah.
And
he's a solid quarterback.
Right. And same thing like Patrick Mahomes last year. It was his 3rd year as a starter. So something about the number 3, third time's the charm. I don't know. You're a big numerator.
Tom Brady. Guy. 1 + 2 =
Yeah. I wasn't necessarily going there.
Said that. I was like, hey.
But I've got the strangest feeling. No Super Bowl champion has repeated gone back to the Super Bowl since I think it was the 2003 New England Patriots. You know, you're
correct.
So
beat the Eagles and beat.
History is not on the Chiefs' side for some reason. I know they have all the weapons. I know they have Patrick Mahomes.
Weapons. They've got the biggest weapons in the league, and then they still got Le'Veon Bell, who hasn't even been tapped yet.
Yeah, I mean, so.
You know, and that's the thing. Like, on paper, you got the Bills. Obviously, Josh Allen's a good quarterback. He's coming into his own. He's got Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley together about 2,500 yards for the season, which is insane. But it drops off sharply after that. Over in Kansas City, you got Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, who combined for more yards than that. And then Patrick Mahomes still rushed for like 300 or 400 yards this season. Comparing the two quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, he has a wider skill set. I mean, even in the passing and game management skill set, he beats Josh Allen. If he, God forbid, if he gets hurt again, or if there's, maybe Kelce gets injured or something like that, well, then maybe it was shifted toward Buffalo. But with him healthy and playing, man, there ain't no way Kansas. You know what? I shouldn't say it like that.
Yeah, you shouldn't say it like that.
If everyone's healthy, Kansas City will likely win. Right?
Likely.
I
think it's a blowout.
Maybe I'm the guy that goes out on a limb.
Vegas doesn't think it's a blowout because the money line's all over the place.
What's the line on the game?
So Buffalo was the favorite 3 days ago. Right now with this news, I'm sure it's flipped since Patrick Mahomes is playing now. But it was almost even. I checked before I left the house. So with Patrick Mahomes being the deciding factor, he's in now. Buffalo, good job. Glad you came.
I have this crazy feeling. Maybe I'm nuts. We'll find out when we come back after the Super Bowl.
But it's a foregone conclusion that the NFC team wins the Super Bowl, though, right?
No, it's not a foregone conclusion.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
I think the AFC has won a lot more, haven't they?
I'm going to predict. Who's Brady playing against? Buffalo or Kansas City? That's how it's going down. Rodgers is getting smoked.
If Brady makes the Super Bowl, I've got to go with Brady. If he doesn't go to the Super Bowl and it's the Pack, I'm going with the AFC team. I have this crazy. Okay, I'll just tell you my Super Bowl prediction.
Okay.
I have this crazy feeling that the Bills are going to win.
Wow.
On Sunday.
You want to put some money on that?
And no, because that's a good way to lose money. And the Bills will make the Super Bowl and win it.
Wow.
I know that's bold. I know that's bold.
The Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. There's just something strange about...
Because they went to the Super Bowl 4 times and lost.
And I agree with that. But you got to go look back at 2017 when the Eagles stole the championship that Atlanta should have got and beat the Patriots. So anything can happen. Anybody can win their first one. And the Bills are one of those teams, one of the, dozen or 13 teams that have never won a Super Bowl, I believe. So look, 2020 was a crazy year.
Yeah.
And I think we're in the 13th month of 2020. 2021. Haha, get it? They won. So I think in this crazy, nutsy, screwed up year where God bless him, we just lost Hank Aaron today as
I know. Sad
Hammer
news.
and Hank. I think the Bills go all the way.
No, that's crazy talk.
That's crazy.
So
it is.
if Tampa Bay
if I'm
wins,
wrong, I'm wrong.
If Tampa Bay wins, I think they beat either AFC team.
Yeah.
If the Packers win, I think they could beat the Bills. I don't see the Packers beating the Chiefs.
Okay.
I think it's going to be either Brady or Patrick Mahomes, going to Disney World again. I think that's what we're looking at. Now that being said, if we get some whack ass Super Bowl with the Packers and the Bills, I mean, who wants to watch that? No one cares. So no, it's going to be Tom Brady in Tampa hosting one of the two. And if it's the Bills, God have mercy on them, because Tom Brady is going to absolutely murder the Bills.
Either way, I mean, that Mahomes Brady matchup is intriguing. If that's what we end up getting, that's a very intriguing matchup. You've got a 43-year-old most experienced quarterback. We've already give him his accolades, whatever. Let's go to Patrick Mahomes on the other side. Already won a Super Bowl at 25 years old. Yeah. And he's very much in position to win another one and be the first team to repeat. Wow, I mean that's a matchup right there. That's
so let's say Kansas
City. That's probably
City,
ratings gold right there to see the young guy against the old guy.
If Kansas City wins, does Andy Reid retire?
He should.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
No. Why? Is he just getting to that age, or
if Andy Reid if Andy Reid wins this one, then that would be two with two teams, because they have two with Green Bay.
Yeah.
So I mean, at this point, why come back for another year? Why not wrap it up? So
I thought Andy never won a Super Bowl. He before Kansas City, he was with the Eagles, wasn't he? Not the Packers.
Okay, my apologies.
Yeah. And Seattle for a little while too, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just wonder.
I thought that was his first Super Bowl win, the one last year.
I just don't know. I just wonder if he's going to come back or not. That's something that was on my mind too.
What do you got, Will?
This little bit of history. The last time the Bucs were in the Super Bowl was against the Raiders.
We don't talk about that.
The Raiders. Check this out.
Oh, I know how that ended.
Oh, yeah, that ended real bad.
A 27-point beating.
Yeah.
2 plus 7.
Oh, Lord.
9. Square root of 9. 3. 1 plus 2 is 3.
So, Aaron Rodgers, number 12.
See, that's the whole thing about it. It could
3
go
for their third
way.
season. Josh Allen, Bills.
Oh, Reggie with a number?
Yeah.
Guess who was the head coach for the Bucs?
We know
that
who it was. That was
Chucky.
Gruden.
Yeah.
That was Chucky. Yeah.
Okay.
No. You understand, Will,
he ain't coaching the Bucs now.
That Super Bowl has been, and that season has been burned into my memory for the last, 19 years? Whatever it was. No, I remember that very well. I have nightmares about that.
You know what happens in 3 years when I turn 51? And I have to think about the number 51 for that entire year.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Wow. Well, that's 51 plus 1. That's how many Super Bowl rings Tom's got.
Yeah, that haunts me. That I have got. Do you know how many times I've gone back and watched the NFL's always got the highlights on YouTube and stuff like that. I've gone back and watched, and I can watch up till about 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and then it's like let's start the pain. Here comes,
Oh.
like Brock Lesnar coming down the aisle. Here comes the pain.
Money in the Bank. That was so hilarious.
Man, that Super Bowl, the second quarter, my homeboy was making a bunch of those. That's when crying Jordan memes were a thing.
Oh, yeah.
And he was sending all the Tom Brady crying faces out. And then about the third quarter, he messaged me and he's like, "Man, I'm gonna have to lay off these. I think I might be calling them back." And then by the fourth quarter, it's nope. Now we got the Falcons upside down.
Yeah.
That's the new thing. Like that game was brutal.
My friend called me at halftime. It was 21-3, and he goes, "Man, it looks good right now." And I said, "Don't say that because it's Tom Brady.
Because you don't bet against Tom Brady.
It's Tom Brady." And I knew they would come back, even if they lost the game. I knew they were gonna storm back. Since we're talking about 51, Julio makes that catch on the sideline. I thought, okay, this finally the madness has ended. Because it's all if the New England loses a Super Bowl, it's always some kind of miracle catch like that.
Oh, like David Tyree?
Like David Tyree and stuff like that. So I thought, okay, this is fate. This is over, right?
No, that kid.
Run the three.
Seattle.
Oh yeah. Run the ball 3 times up the middle. Let Bryant kick the field goal. You got about 3 minutes left in the game. They can't. There's no way the 2 scores they're coming back, right?
You know about
Run the ball, first down, no problem. It's no gain. We're right there on the 22. Pass. Why?
It's almost
and
better.
they only burned a minute off the clock and left Tom Brady in a Super Bowl to tie it up with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. What are you thinking? I gotta hate you, Kyle Shanahan.
If you're playing against Tom Brady, it's almost better to not be in the lead because that way you don't piss him off.
Yeah.
Just keep it close for the first half.
And I think that's
then
kind of what
drive
the
it
Eagles.
home.
Kind of what the Eagles did. They kind of
Control the tempo of the game.
Yeah, because New England had the lead there for a little
Maybe
while.
that's the secret.
Time management.
Maybe time management is the only way to beat him.
Yeah.
Because he's watching everybody during the offseason.
Keep him off the field.
And he knows what each team does. And
The Packers are going to have their hands full this weekend.
Long drives.
that game is not going to be long at all.
No, I'm saying that's what they're going to have to do to win.
I say Aaron Rodgers.
You think they're going to blow them out?
Times.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
Down 5 times. Or Tom is going to go down 5 times.
That's a good
and
defense,
still
not
win.
a great defense.
It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
Do you want to be the lineman?
In the snow? No.
Do you want to be the lineman for Tampa Bay that misses an assignment and Tom Brady gets sacked?
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, I don't want to be that guy. You get run out of Florida.
What if Fournette pulls a Devontae Freeman, misses a block, Tom Brady fumbles, and they just run the ball all the way back?
Man, that's some wishful thinking.
On the first play, kind of like Cleveland did to. What if you get one of those first play scenarios, and then just destroy their confidence? That would be.
You ain't destroying Tom Brady. Hey, if they embarrassed, so when Big Ben got embarrassed at the beginning of that game, it cost him the fucking game. If that would have been Tom Brady, he'd have put up 50 points.
I was gonna say Tom Brady. Doesn't.
And Big Ben even acknowledged it. He's like, I got out my head that first quarter.
Yeah, there ain't much that rattles Brady. He's seen
you see him in the corner.
This has become a Brady love fest.
Just cutting up, dude.
He's just that good. He's just that good. Like other players get. So it's not just Brady.
So anyway, Josh
Manning,
Allen, the way he throws the ball, the delivery is so flawless. I love watching that guy play.
But Peyton Manning is the same way. Like he's in that upper echelon. Like when they're down, you see him on the sidelines being active. Like that's the sign of a
You're
good
about
quarterback.
to get beat up. Ooh. And Peyton, if Peyton had played in New England, that's a good thought.
Oh man, not only
behind that line.
No.
Ooh,
Peyton plays in New England. I burned Boston to the ground.
Talk about a tea party.
Put my man up there. And it's a hated organization.
It's all over. Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Cam. I want you to come back next season, homie.
He's coming back to New England.
What do y'all think? You think he's? Yeah,
I hope so.
You think he's coming back?
I think
might come back.
the COVID and all that in the middle of the season messed them up. They never got their rhythm back, and then he was a late addition anyway.
Right.
Next year, I'm not saying they're going to go like 14-2, but they'll definitely be a contender next year.
I see that. I see them going about 14.
I think honestly,
quarterback. Yeah.
And we talked about New England's season a little bit last week.
Mm-hmm.
I think once again, I'll say it again. I think part of the problem was. It was not so much coaching or Cam. It's just he didn't have the weapon. Yeah, COVID was one thing.
Yeah.
Just didn't have the weapons. And Tom Brady that previous season just didn't have the weapons. They've always had a lot of no-name guys, but those no-name guys were good.
But they're no-name guys that Tom Brady had an offseason with.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cam moved to Boston the night before getting week 1.
Right.
He had no time to develop. But I think that really speaks to his football IQ, because he was able to get put in this uncomfortable position after being thoroughly disrespected by the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, that was...
Who also disrespected Riverboat Ron, by the way.
Yeah.
And, getting demoralized, getting beat up in the press, getting beat up online. And he basically just says, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to show my ass in New England.
Yeah.
And then he gets up there, works his ass off under arguably one of the greatest coaches of all time, Bill Belichick, with a team that are not household names. They did the best they could. They had a very strong season, but just like with my beloved Las Vegas Raiders, 2 games make the difference. 2 games put you in the playoffs, and that's what happened in New England. It happened to Las Vegas too. Now you can be in a sorry ass NFC and get in 6 or 10
East. Let's be clear.
NFC East.
That one division, not the whole NFC.
You can be in a sorry ass NFC and just
what division
march
is Tampa Bay in?
They're in the NFC South.
With Chicago?
No. The South?
No, that's
Atlanta, Panthers,
okay.
Tampa Bay, and New Orleans.
New Orleans, there you go. Okay. I was like, wait.
The NFC South really had a good year if you think about it, because the Saints and the Bucks obviously went far in the playoffs.
Except for Atlanta.
The Panthers were on the bubble of getting a wild card. Atlanta. Well, someone's got to suck hind teeth.
All right. Here's the thing. They never should have brought. We go talk about the Falcons now. That's fine. Let's talk about the Falcons with the Falcons fan. Never should have brought Dan Quinn back. I don't care. I don't care if he got him to 7-9, 7-9, still a losing record. Never should have brought him back. Once they got 0-5, the season was lost. I mean, you're going to put Raheem Morris in there, and I thought Raheem Morris did pretty good to win 4 games with the way that defense played. I'm excited because now we have Arthur Smith, who was an OC at Tennessee, who really turned Ryan Tannehill's career around. If we can draft a bruiser in the draft, which is what we need, I think we need somebody to complement Ito Smith that's a battering ram type back.
So maybe next year you'll be 7-9.
Hey, I got an idea.
Hang on. Since 2008, we've never had more than 3 losing seasons in a row. There's a turnaround coming. I promise you, there's a turnaround coming. They'll win at least 10 games. They'll win at least 10 games next year.
Y'all should go to Vince McMahon's house and barter for Bill Goldberg's contract.
Vince, can we borrow Bill and Brock for about 19 weeks?
So we want 2 guys that pretty much were busting the NFL. That's what we want.
I mean,
we do a pretty good job of either drafting or picking busting free agents.
You know what? I hate that Matt Ryan is. If something doesn't change quickly, is going to wind up having a Phillip Rivers career.
Yeah, he's never going to win the big game.
He's going to have a great career on paper, but no hardware. Same thing with Julio.
Dan Marino and
I hate that. Dan Marino, Jim Kelly.
Jim
Kelly, a lot of guys that didn't get the hardware.
No, that's not the martial artist Jim Kelly.
No. We're talking about the quarterback. The Buffalo Bills quarterback.
0-4.
Yeah. 0-4. Golly. Same number of turnovers the Saints had last week.
and I hate that Julio might have the same situation.
Same deal.
Because at this point, let's say that Matt Ryan does 2 more years in Atlanta, right? Or even 1. Well, if Julio winds up
2 at most, the way the contract's structured.
If Julio gets traded to another team, he's not going to go in a 1 slot on another team, most likely. He's going to be filling a role, and he's going to fade away, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the trajectory that the Falcons have both those players on, unless something changes.
Because of the number of injuries that Julio's had, especially this year, I think he missed 7 games with a hamstring, and he's had a foot problems all through his career. So even if you make a trade for him, I don't know what. First of all, I don't know what you get, because I'm not sure, unless he can bounce back from injury. I'm not sure he's a number 1 anymore.
Larry
you could put him
Fitzgerald.
You could. That guy's a hell of a. I don't care what anybody says.
Need.
That guy. No, he's too old, but right now he's still for his age, still a fantastic player. But you don't need to trade Julio for Larry when you can go in the draft and pick a guy like the Heisman Trophy winner from. If they really wanted to go receiver, which I don't think they will, but the young man another Alabama kid. I'm trying to remember his name.
Phillips High School.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Atlanta doesn't make some drastic changes this offseason, then I mean they're just going to be feeding the Tampa Bay machine next year.
Oh, they're going to make some changes.
And Carolina too. I mean, let's say Drew Brees doesn't come back. Let's say Tom Brady wins one and he's done. It's ripe for Carolina to take over.
For anybody, yeah.
You know, because Carolina finished a tough 8-8. You know, now I still think that they should have put their faith in Teddy Bridgewater as a quarterback because I think he's vastly underrated.
Yeah.
But you know that notwithstanding, they got a great team and they obviously have a coaching staff that had some success. They could come back and eke out a 9-7 or 10-6 year with a weak Atlanta next year.
Brady comes back. They're going to be tops in the NFC South again. The Saints are going to get decimated because of the salary cap. If the salary cap goes 180 like they're talking about, we're talking about $100 million over the cap.
Shame.
$100 million. They're going to be dumping players left and right. It's going to be a fire sale in New Orleans. And if Drew Brees, if he's not there, then you got Taysom Hill and you got Jameis Winston. Not saying those guys aren't capable, but they're not Drew Brees.
That's why Tampa Bay will win the Super Bowl.
And Tampa will probably be the tops of the South until Brady was to retire or whatever or give up. Atlanta's got a shot. Carolina's got a shot, though. I mean, you can turn around. That's the parity of the NFL. You can turn around a 4-12 team, and they can be 11-5 the
you know
very
the
next
difference
year.
is, Reggie?
What's that?
Carolina actually has a shot because they have a good team. Atlanta only has a shot in your imagination.
We're talking about the haterade. Whoa. Do you know how many close games we lost? We lost like 7 close
You mean games you still lost, though?
But if you flip
Bring that to his attention.
But wait, hold on. If you have a competent coaching staff and a competent GM, and they draft right, and they pick free agent right, which I think we do now. Thank God Dimitrov's gone. Oh, I hated that guy. So you're talking. You could easily flip 6 games. They could be a 10-win team. They could make. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl next year, but they can make the playoffs.
I'm glad you're not my bookie. Because you're just selling me up the river with some of this wild shit.
I just know Atlanta history. It's
gonna flip 6 games.
It's like yeah.
I don't know, bro. This
is why I'm a Patriot fan.
Now, I love Matt Ryan. I want him to be successful, but I'm not putting my money
Patrick
on it.
Mahomes said that was the toughest 4-12 or 4-11 whenever they played them, the 4-win team that I've ever played.
That's the toughest sorry ass team I've played.
I'm telling you, they're better than their record.
That's Pat Mahomes saying they were almost average.
He only beat them by 3. That was the toughest game KC had all year.
I'm not gonna talk too much shit because Atlanta beat us.
Keep on. You know. Yeah. Oh, that's why you're bitter. Yeah.
No, I'm not bitter. Look.
On the cusp of the playoffs.
On the cusp of greatness, the Las Vegas Raiders let me down once again.
And Atlanta scored how many in that game? 43.
No, there's no excuse. No excuse. And you know what?
Because when they play up to where they're capable of playing, they can score on anybody at any time.
What I love about my team is Derek Carr, Chucky. Everybody owned our losses. We didn't. We failed. We made a shifted defensive coordinator and defensive coaching staff. Next year, it should be a good season. I mean, we'll probably flip 6 games to use some of that Atlanta Falcons vernacular. So we'll probably have, a 13-3 season. Easily in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you talk about Atlanta. How many 7-9s and 8-8s have y'all had lately?
Listen, man, that's not what we're talking about now.
I'm just saying.
Patriots fans don't have.
He's pretty good over here because he's got the Patriots, but then he can, his boys in Tampa, so he can cheer for them.
I'm gonna win.
So he's gonna win these ways. So.
Next year, Bucks and Raiders in the Super Bowl. Book it.
All right, the Bucks and Raiders next year. You want to make a bold prediction for next year?
I'll take $50 on that.
Ooh.
I'll take 50 on that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I want to put the rest.
We've got online gambling on the channel.
So I want to
once and for all.
Another way for us to get fucking banned. Oh, I said fucking.
I got one final thing because our producer's wrapping us up.
Yeah.
I wanted to put myself over a little bit.
Yes.
Because on my preseason bets, I actually had a little bit of money bet in the preseason on every single playoff team.
Well, that was smart.
And it's not because I bet on all 28 teams. Like, those were all of my picks. So if any team other than the Chiefs wins the Super Bowl, I got a pretty good payday coming. If the Chiefs win, I get like $20. Like,
wow.
But I tell you what, if the Packers win the Super Bowl, I'm eating steak for a week. So
all right.
Go Pack. Go Pack. Yeah, I need that money.
Go Pack. Oh, I really thought the Browns were going to It'd be good
I
for you.
really want to see the Browns go.
Yeah, just for why not. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for our NFL coverage this week on the Will and Willis Show. I am Jason Willis. Thank you, Jay Scott, for joining us this week. Will Spann. And we'll see you next time on the YouTube channel and on Facebook.
Silver and black.
Silver and black. What?
Are you still?
No, I thought.
Every time you always try.
Oh, his final thought. Shit.
Your final thought.
Are we still recording?
Stop this now.
Okay, final thought, Will.
Final thought says.
Yeah, it's always He ain't got one this week.
No, I'm trying to pull it down. Pull it down.
You ain't got too much thoughts in that brain. That's Scully.
Lotus is on the show.
Yeah, he is.
I was like, holy smokes.
I didn't know if you even wanted me to call you by your wrestling name.
I was like,
Either one of them, so I didn't.
Oh, that's fine.
All right.
hey, we got GameStop in here right now, man. Hey, you still with him?
No.
Oh, man.
No, he's been gone from there for a
I
while.
need that discount on that Madden.
Now you get it somewhere else.
Oh, shit.
After I whip him?
Oh, yeah. We've got a Madden challenge we're gonna take on, yeah.
After.
Oh, man.
Do you play Madden?
No, I haven't played Madden in years.
He thinks he's gonna tear me up.
Are y'all gonna play on Yet Live? Or?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. We're gonna figure out how to do this with Sean, and we're gonna have it playing in the background as I'm scoring massive
tremendous.
points on him.